What happens in Marvel Spotlight number 6? Nick Cage gets freaky with a guy named Curly. The legally distinct Satan's Servants biker gang is out to bust some skulls. The gang leader Curly thinks his mask made out of a hockey helmet and a welding mask is better than the head of a flaming skeleton from hell. His gang sees fit to die on this hill, and so Ghost Rider must summon some spicy retribution from the bowels of hell. Nobody likes a beach bully. Everyone gets scared and runs except Helmet Man, who turns out to have predictably curly hair. Curly and Ghost Rider have an oddly sensual interaction before Johnny decides to join the Satan's Servants. Back at the hideout, Curly's cronies assure the group that they ain't afraid of no ghost. Things get steamy as Curly announces that he and Ghost Rider will be bunking together for the night. Ooh. But he only ends up interrogating Johnny about the mechanics of his skin condition. They spend a while gazing into each other's eyes, and Ghost Rider ends up retelling his origin story. Johnny finishes his story, and it finally seems like they're going to make out, but in a horrific and totally unromantic twist, Curly turns out to be a satanic magician and hypnotist. Realizing that his social credit sits simultaneously somewhere above and below Nicolas Cage, Curly has no choice but to summon Satan to get ahead. M. Night Shyamalan probably ghost wrote this issue because Curly turns out to be Johnny's adopted father, Crash Simpson. Crash is trading Johnny's soul to Satan so that he can return from death, but Satan says that the deal won't go through because Johnny's adopted sister-girlfriend loves him too much. Crash seems only willing to murder one of his children, so he turns back into Curly before Johnny wakes up. Johnny has alarmingly little concern over waking up with no memory after bunking with Curly, so he heads home to get chewed out by his girlfriend's sister. Johnny can't bring himself to tell her that by night he is a fiery skeleton man who sold his soul to a shady character referred to as the Master and bunks with random bikers named Curly. Rocky storms out of the room and Johnny strikes some more dramatic sad poses on the sad couch. After yelling at the moon and turning into Ghost Rider, Johnny gets a visit from Curly who informs him that the bike gang is going to abduct Rocky. Ghost Rider speeds through the city streets and gets more criticism for his driving than for being a flaming skeleton. Rocky is snatched by evil bikers in the middle of Madison Square Garden, and a salty old biker threatens to take a bath with her. But Nicolas Cage shows up in a Ghost Rider costume, just in the nick of time. Rocky realizes that Johnny is Ghost Rider, the Nightmare Demon, and the biker leads Johnny on a Hot Wheels loop-de-loop track chase. Ghost Rider chases the pair through a couple of modern art installations, then remembers that he can light anything he doesn't like on fire. After a flame-induced bike crash, Rocky is okay and surprisingly chill about finding out that her adopted boyfriend brother is a flaming skull ghoul. Emo Johnny decides to leave forever, and creepy Curly shows up to hypnotize Rocky so that he can trade her to Satan. An odd family dynamic, to say the least.